one kings, one gods, one kings, one gods, one kings, one gods.
Are the Israelites according to the Bible? How you doing?
Right.
I'm Mordecai. What's your name? Dennis? All praise, Dennis. Nice to meet you, sir. Hey, so let me ask you this. What's your father's nationality? He black. So
we all Hebrew.
yeah, it's true. But on this side of the world, we know ourselves as African Americans or blacks, right? That's what we identify as. But in the Bible, like you said, we the Hebrews are the children of Israel.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes. Revelation 2:9, and then I'm gonna ask you a question. We're gonna go through the clues God left for us to find out who are his people in the last days, all right? So God already got it right here.
That's right.
So we're gonna do a little Q&A, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask you a question, and you're gonna give me an answer, all right? So let's do this thing. But let's read this before.
Revelation 2:9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
So the Lord says he knows our works. Don't cover your head while the Bible coming out. He knows our works, tribulation, and poverty. Why? Because look at us as a people. He knows our works. He knows our poverty. He knows we at the bottom of society. We've been this way since 1619. And like I told my brother before, we had politicians. We had black economists. We done had, who else? NAACPs. We got committee. We have voting right. All this has been around us for so long. But what has that profited us? Not at all. Come on.
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
Come on.
But thou art rich.
But we rich when we learn that we are the original Hebrews. We rich when we understand we are the children of Israel. Come on.
And I know the blasphemy of them which...
Whoa. The Lord said, and I know the blasphemy or the dirty, filthy lie
of them which say they are Jews.
which say they are Jews. The same way I can say, man, your pants are kind of bluish, right? If they bluish, they ain't all the way blue, but they kind of something like it, right?
Bring it out.
So the same way they say they're Jewish, so-called, it's the same way they kind of like the Jews, but not really.
Bring it out. Can you be Jewish? You're a Jew or you're Jewish. Either you're a Jew or you're not.
Either you Jew or you not. My brother, like, he in the spirit. Come on.
And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
But they are the synagogue of Satan. And they hate this thing. But Deuteronomy 28, we're going to read verse 46. I want to read. Now we're going to do that Q&A thing I was talking about. Because I want you to, bear witness for this thing. Because they'll say that we twist the scriptures. They say we cherry pick. They say all these different things, right? But let's see what the Bible says. Verse 15.
Deuteronomy 28:15.
What is that? 46. I'm sorry. Read 46.
46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So what's going to be upon us? The curses of Deuteronomy 28. They're going to be on us for a sign. Come on.
And for a wonder.
Go ahead.
And upon thy seed forever.
And upon our seed forever. So curses will be on God's people forever. All right. So let's see. Give me verse 16.
Verse 16.
No. Read verse 68.
Verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So hold on. It said the Lord will bring his people into Egypt again. My brother Dennis, what was going on in Egypt with the Israelites? We can get that Judah for you.
Well, the Greeks was stealing the information.
That's a little further down the line.
Oh, okay.
We talking about even when Pharaoh and them was around in like 3000 BC. We talking about that era. That era of time, Pharaoh was living, right? What was Pharaoh doing to the Israelites?
He was keeping them in bondage.
He was all praise to the Most High. So read this.
Exodus chapter 20:2.
Yep.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Go ahead.
Out of the house of bondage.
So the house of bondage is what Egypt was known as for the Israelites. Bondage is what? What's another word for bondage? Like you said just a second ago. Slavery. So now, when we go back to 68, read this, and I'm going to ask you a question after. Come on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Egypt again, or the word Egypt means? What's Egypt mean? That's the reaction. Because look, when we read this and we understand who we are, they hate that thing. They hate it with a passion. And it brings out the real devil that they are. They are the seed of Satan. But we're going to get back on point. Verse 68 one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Egypt meaning bondage.
Slavery.
Slavery. He going to bring us into slavery again. How?
With ships.
So, my brother Dennis, the people over in Israel right now, the Israeli man, the so-called Jewish man who the Bible identifies as Amalek, have they ever gone into slavery on ships?
Wake them up. I don't think so.
Hold on, wait, I gotta ask you again. Have they ever gone into slavery on ships? No. Not at all. He said it with a definitive no. That has never happened. But my brother Dennis, who did that happen to? Who is us? I need you to say, because everybody looking at you.
Hebrews.
The Hebrews, what they call it in America.
Black people.
The black people. My brother Dennis is telling you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we went into slavery on cargo slave ships. Come on.
Into Egypt again with ships. By the way, whereof I spake unto thee.
So it wouldn't be no coincidence, or it wouldn't be misconstrued, or it wouldn't be somewhere it's a gray area or a mystery. God said, by the way I said it's going to happen, that's exactly how it happened. And look at what we have today. We have actual depictions of what they saw. Men documented those journeys that they took, the thousands of trips that they took, the millions and millions of us that they took from the west coast of Africa. That eclipsed way more than 6 million that they say so-called died in Auschwitz. Something happened in Auschwitz. The Lord said, it wasn't going to be Auschwitz. I'm taking you to Egypt.
That's right.
Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.
Taking you to Egypt.
That's right. What about the 100 million
Come,
Africans?
I need you to speak loud, Dennis.
What about the 100 million Africans
Come on.
that lost their lives in the slave trade?
In the slave trade. And not to mention,
6 million and 100 million.
all praise to the Most High. Now, and it not even to mention the ones that we lost in the Middle Passage. The ones that jumped off the boats. To where the sharks, changed their migrational paths, because they said, we got free meals coming off these ships. We're going to follow those ships, because we know black people jumping off of them. The sons of God are jumping off of them. And we were, We were food to the beasts of the earth. This is what happened to us. Now, has that ever happened to them? Not at all, right? Now, let's read. Keep reading.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Our homeland, the Lord said, you would never see it again. So why in 1948, there was something called a Balfour Declaration, way ahead of time, 1850s, and then they had a Balfour Declaration, right? And the Balfour Declaration did what? Set up Israel as a state.
That's right.
And not only that, it brought people from Poland, Czechoslovakia, Germany, Spain, Turkey, all these different, what's the Poland's and all the stands, Pakistan and all these different places. They came and did what? Came to the land of Israel. And they took that land and they occupied it. But the Lord said, read it again.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
He said you wouldn't see your homeland again. So how did they get to that side of the world if the Lord said, I'm going to come and get you and bring you back? Some ain't adding up. When we read in Revelation 2 and 9, it started to become clear. Read, come on.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
And there, once you got off those boats, you will be sold to your enemies. Come on.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
For bondmen or slave men and slave women. Now, let me ask you something, my brother Dennis. What's your last name? 36. Or what I want. 36? 37. It's here. Come on. 37. Read it.
37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
So it said the Israelites will become an astonishment. When you look at the Israeli people today, are they an astonishment? Not really, right? An astonishment is somewhere you like, wow, whoa, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like them people right there. Look, when you go to that side of town, you make sure your doors is locked and your windows is up. When they see us, they grip their purses because they say we're in astonishment. We don't know how these people are living. They live like animals. They live like beasts, and it's sad to say, but that's how we are. Without the knowledge of God, that's what we are. But those people in Israel, so-called the Jewish, the Amalekites, are they an astonishment? Not at all. They not no astonishment. Those people know who they are. Those people are so-called civilized. They run the world. Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu, let a country come against Israel. What he do? He get America on the phone and tell them, y'all better bring some missiles over here.
Right. Bring it up.
That's what they do. Come on.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
So we became bywords. You said your last name was Hill. How did we get that last name?
Bring it out from
Hold this up one more time. This is how we did it again. This is how we got those last names. Because you seen Roots, right? You seen Roots? Long time ago. But the iconic scene was when Kunta Kinte was on that stage. And he said, your name is Toby, boy, now say it. And he wouldn't say it. He wouldn't break because what? He knew he was the people of Israel. He knew he was special. Kunta, yeah, he followed Islam and all that stuff, but he knew he was special. You see what I'm saying? He knew I have a name. I have an identity. I'm not going to let this white man take my identity and make me into what he is. That's what happened to us. That's why I had to change my name back to Israel. And our brothers got to do that thing because that shows a lot about us. It shows we still branded with the title that they gave us. We still walking around as bywords doing what? Fulfilling this prophecy.
Bring it out.
But the people over in Israel today, are they called Williams and Jones and Smith? Or do they have names like these you see over here?
Bring it
They
out.
call themselves Levi ben Yehudi.
That's
They
right.
call themselves Simeon ben Lahudi and all these things. Asher ben Yehudi. They do all this.
Bring it out.
Showing you that what? They don't fit the curses.
Bring it out.
They don't fit none of what we read. We read 2. There's 15 to 68. And they don't fit not 1.
That's right.
Hold on. See, you gotta work with me.
I said Hitler knew that those weren't the Jewish people.
He knew that those were the I'm sorry, I cut you off.
He knew that they were not the original Jewish people.
He knew that they wasn't the people. And that's they own amongst their own race, knew that they wasn't the people.
That's right.
And then a man named Arthur Koestler wrote a book. It's called The 13th Tribe.
Bring it out.
You got that book? And he goes into explicit detail about how none of what they do is tied to this Bible.
That's right.
All of that is Polish, it's Yiddish. All of that stuff has nothing to do with the Bible. They call themselves Yaakov and Job and all this different stuff. Bro, they're playing imposters.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.